But you know, what I used to think about myself before I really did the deep healing was just horrific, right? I was this, I was that, I was not loved, I was not wanted, I wasn't needed, all that. And my behavior was, because I was in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you can have narcissistic tendencies. And just, I would blow up because I would get triggered and I'd have to go clean up those messes. So there was all that going on. And when I understood and I started doing breath work myself, when I started journaling and I started meditating and I started discovering me and who
Yeah.
I am and what I like, what I don't like, what's important to me, all of a sudden it put this space, is the only way I can put it, between my trauma and me. And all
Hmm.
of a sudden those behaviors that I had, I understood it doesn't make the behaviors okay. But what it does is it explains to me why I did them, gave me an opportunity to forgive myself because I had to do that. And I'm
Yeah.
still working on that sometimes, but also looking at like, okay, I'm not this horrible person that I used to think I was. I had horrible behavior at the time, not great behavior, but I'm not that horrible person. And I start to understand why I react this way. And I take that space whenever I get triggered. I now have enough self-awareness that I recognize when I'm being triggered and I can take a step back and take a big pause before I react. And that has
Yeah.
been so empowering. I can't even begin to tell you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what, my clients in my community, we talk about. It's not that you're not going to feel. We want you to feel.
Hmm.
We just don't want you to get stuck. We don't want
Yes.
you to get stuck in a vicious thought, feeling, action loop that does not serve you,
Yeah,
right? Because that's what will happen. So
exactly.
we actually created, there's a free resource. If you're listening, you can go to unlocklimitlessyou.com/joy. It's called our Joy Regenerator. And it basically will take you step by step through something similar to what Lisa just said, right? You feel the physical sensation. You feel it.
First.
You sit and you breathe, right? Because your body is going to say, oh my God, we're in danger. And that's why people go into reactive mode and they
Yep.
go into fight or flight or freeze if it's really bad, right? You have a panic attack and you freeze. Breathe. You want to breathe in, and then it's called coherence breath. You want to breathe out for slightly longer.
Hmm.
Because if you're doing that, it's telling your mind that you're not in danger if you can take a hot second to do that. So breathe in for a count of 4 and then breathe out for a count of 8. And just do that several times. Feel the emotions, know that you're not in danger. And then you have compassion for yourself because really, it's probably not the adult you that's reacting.
Oh, so
It's
true.
the inner child you that's scared,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And then you do what Lisa said, you get curious. Well, why is my inner child, or why am I scared?
Hmm.
Right? Like look at yourself like a 6 or 7 year old. It's easier to have compassion. Why am I scared? Oh. And maybe you know and maybe you don't know. But I want you to know it's not your fault. Because we're only scared of loud noises and the fear of falling when we're born. Everything else is conditioned. So if you don't know, do some meditation, find yourself a hypnotherapist, reach out to me, unlocklimitlessyou.com/call. It's a free first session. And you'll get an awareness of why you might be triggered the way you are. And then you do an interrupt. You shift into gratitude, right?
Yes.
Because if you're grateful, then you can't be in fight or flight. So
Yep.
it can be about the situation, something you can be grateful for, or it could be something completely unrelated. What are 3 things you're grateful for, right? I'm grateful that I have awareness right now. I'm grateful that I can breathe freely. I'm
Hmm.
grateful that I, whatever it is that's appropriate to you, right?
Hmm.
And then you have some space, like Lisa said, some space. Gives yourself some space. Is the original thought that triggered me true? If you do the work with me, you'll realize no, it's not. And you and you can get into a matter of seconds this process that might take people years or lifetimes to
Hmm.
forgive themselves, or to get out of reaction, or to get out of negativity. It comes to a matter of seconds where this process goes like that. That's what my clients say. Oh, it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter because
Yes.
I know and I can forgive and I can release and I can know, you know what, Lisa, if you said something mean to me, I now know it has nothing to do with me because
Yes.
I can't make you feel anything. Only you can. And I wasn't around in your childhood. I've never met you before. So I can't possibly take it personally once you have that knowledge. But
Yes.
that's why I'm here today. We are not taught human being 101 or 201 or 301. We are not even given a quick start guide.
Nope.
Like, we're not
Outline,
taught
anything, nothing.
how our mind, body, spirit works.
Mhm.
Sex ed in high school is not human being 101. Neither is biology 101. So listen more to things like Lisa's show. You can listen to our show. We bring guests like myself and other healers on how to be happier for entrepreneurs. Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, it's very valuable.
Mhm.
Start learning about your human being.
Yep.
And then what we're talking about will become so much easier because once you have the knowledge, the how becomes easier.